Gentleman is recognized for 4 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, this is a moment I'm never going to forget, because tonight hundreds of Republican members of Congress are wanting to line up to vote for the biggest transfer of wealth from the working poor and the working class to billionaires and mega corporations that we've seen in this country's history. This is a deep moment of betrayal, a complete absence of loyalty to the people that we represent, and an abandonment of the values of hard work and dignified life. Mr. Speaker, I'm 28 years old. My generation already expects that we'll never be able to afford a home, to get out of debt, to retire, to live comfortably. And no, it's not because we've lived beyond our means, but it's because we've been denied the means to live. Donald Trump and congressional Republicans are making it worse, gutting Medicaid and food assistance to give tax cuts to billionaires and special interests. And all of the things that you could give tax breaks for, this bill will cut taxes on silencers for guns. And for those who don't know, gun silencers can be attached to a gun to muffle the sound of a gunshot. And I'm going to wait till the House is in order, Mr. Speaker.
Gentleman's correct. The House is not in order. Gentleman may continue.
In mass shootings, these silencers make it harder to identify and respond to the source of the gunshots. Earlier, I put forth an amendment to strip this tax cut for the gun lobby, and House Republicans wouldn't even let it come up for a vote. And then the Republicans made the bill worse in their manager's amendment by making silencers completely unregulated. In 2023 alone, the ATF recovered over 400 silencers from violent crime scenes. For this reason, silencers have been highly regulated for nearly 100 years. In May of 2019, the Virginia Beach shooter attached a silencer to his .45 caliber handgun that he used to kill 12 people on 3 floors of a city building. Survivors of the attack said they weren't even aware a mass shooting was going on because of the silencer. My question is, why did this get added to the bill just a couple hours ago? Which congressional Republican just couldn't stand to vote for the horrible bill until it promised even more death to people? And I will yield to hear a name.
Mr. Speaker.
I'll yield just to hear a name.
The gentleman will state his point of order.
Mr. Speaker, this is supposed to be a challenge because the rule says that we've waived earmarks, but the gentleman is not talking about earmarks. He's talking about process that he doesn't like. He's talking about parts of the bill he doesn't like, but he has not mentioned any specific earmark. Even the gentleman who spoke before him, the gentleman from Massachusetts, only talked in general terms about things that were general policy, not earmarks. So I submit, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, that the gentleman is not in order in giving remarks that are not pertinent.
The gentleman from Virginia has not stated a point of order.
I'm sorry?
I reclaim my time. I will yield just to hear the name of the Republican that couldn't vote for this bill.
Will be in order. The gentleman from Virginia has not stated a point of order. The gentleman from Florida is recognized.
Thank you. I am just curious on which Republican couldn't vote for the bill until we completely deregulated silencers. My generation isn't just defined by a bleak financial future. We're also defined as the mass shooting generation. We've done more active shooter drills than fire drills. We've grown up watching classes of our students die a brutal death, helpless inside classrooms, on our blocks, in our churches, again and again and again and again. And so, America, we got to be very clear and truthful about this budget. Laws for gun manufacturers to make more money off of the death of children and our people? Yes. Food for children to eat? No. Health care for seniors, disabled Americans, and millions more? No. Resources to help working families fight to ends meet? No. This is why they've been told to not host any town halls back in their districts. That's why this debate is happening in the middle of the night. It's nothing short of theft. And congressional Republicans are really helping me understand why half of this country doesn't vote. It's because they'll look people in the eyes and make promises only to come here in the middle of the night to advance a bill that will take away the benefits that they have earned. Republicans would have us believe that the person most likely to steal from you is a person in a hoodie, a black person in a hoodie, or an immigrant with tattoos, and this is to distract.
Gentleman's time has
fact.
expired. The gentleman's recognized for an additional minute.
This is to distract from the fact that at least here tonight, the people stealing from Americans are not folks with tattoos and hoodies. It's people wearing suits and ties and congressional pins sitting in this Capitol right now. Not in some random alley wrapped in darkness, but in the United States Congress wrapped in the flag. It is disgusting, and we will never forget this. I yield back.
Gentleman yields back. Gentleman from Massachusetts reserves. Gentlelady from Indiana is recognized.
Mr. Speaker, I yield 2 minutes to the gentleman from Virginia, Mr. Griffith.
Gentleman from Virginia is recognized.
Mr. Speaker, as I said in the point of order, which I didn't have the rule at hand, but it's 17(1)B, but as I said then, if they want to complain about they didn't like the process, if they don't like the bill, if there's a piece of the bill they don't like, save that for the debate on the bill itself. But instead, they've raised a parliamentary procedure to claim that the rule is not proper, assuming or claiming that there are earmarks. But I would submit, Mr. Speaker, that they have not mentioned an earmark yet. I've been listening. I've been wondering where it was because I've read the bill and I've read the manager's amendment. And with the manager's amendment, I see no earmarks in the bill. And they haven't brought it up, and I submit it's because they can't. And the proper ruling will be to rule that there aren't any earmarks. I understand we might have to take a vote, but let's try to get our processes right, Mr. Speaker. I would submit to everybody we ought to get the process right, and I yield back.
Yields back. Gentlelady from Indiana.
I reserve.
Reserves. Gentleman from Massachusetts is recognized.
Does the gentlelady have any more speakers?
We have one more speaker, Mr. Speaker.
I'll reserve them.
Oh.
Gentleman from Massachusetts reserves. Gentlelady from Indiana is recognized.
Oh, I reserve. I'm prepared to close.
Gentlelady reserves. Gentleman from Massachusetts is recognized.
Yeah. Mr. Speaker, this is everything that people hate about Washington. This bill is a tax scam that steals from the American people, and it is filled with earmarks. Earmarks to the gun lobby, earmarks to polluters to be able to exploit land, earmarks to every big donor that gives to the Republican Congressional Campaign Committee. I mean, this is really about corruption. And this bill that we are trying to bring to the floor steals from regular people, takes away people's food benefits, throws people off of health care, and gives a big fat tax break to millionaires and billionaires. That is what their priorities are all about. So I would urge Democrats and Republicans who care about the integrity of this institution to vote no on considering the rule and to block this terrible tax scam from coming to the floor today. We can do a hell of a lot better. This is a disgrace. With that, I yield back, and I urge a no vote.
Gentleman yields back. The gentlelady from Indiana is recognized.
Mr. Speaker, this is just a dilatory tactic by my colleagues across the aisle. We must continue so the House can begin consideration of this historic legislation and deliver on President Trump's agenda. I urge members to vote yes on the question, and I yield back the balance of my time.
All time for debate has expired. The question is, will the House now consider the resolution? Those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, no. In the opinion of the chair, the ayes have it.
Mr. Speaker, I ask for the yeas and nays.